Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. Today is January 18th of 2023. It's Wednesday. It's 38 degrees Fahrenheit or 3 degrees Celsius. It's about 8:45 in the morning. And what are you going to do? We got a crazy pots, and how do they drain? Here's the top view of what I'm going to try to do, but I'll have to show you first. You get some nice fancy pots for bonsai, right? First of all, the hole's off center. Second of all, if you look inside the pot, you got these deep troughs where the legs are, and you can't drill a hole into there because of the foot right there. So how do you get the drainage out of this thing? I mean, granted, this is going to be sitting in water up to this lip. So, what are you going to do? I bought some, you could probably use shoestrings. I never thought of that. I bought, let me get it out. I bought some wicking rope. And then they give you these 50 plastic meshes for the bottom of the pot. But with this rope, the wicking rope, what I'm going to do, I bought that on Amazon. I'm going to put it in like this. So that way there it goes into the deep impressions, and I got the end coming over the drainage hole. So in order to hold it to get it in, and to keep it in place, all I'm going to do is, here's my cup. Oh, I got this one. So I don't know if you can be able to see this. Let's see if I put this down. All I'm going to do is take my pebbles, you can do thicker ones, and just fill it up over the string to keep it into the bottom, the rope. I got more. And I'm just going to put it in, because you know, you never can get it completely drained. And then by holding the rope over the hole, put more stone on there. And just fill it to the sides. And you're going to say, Tom, you're wasting a lot of the pot. Yeah, but you got to think about one thing. In them corners, them deep pockets, the water's going to sit in there. So let's get Mr. Elephant here. Let's see. We're going to water into them pockets. And you're going to say, Tom, the root's going to grow onto the string. Well, that's all right. You can see the water coming out. So after the string gets good and wet, you can give it a time for the string to get it all soaked. And I don't know, maybe this will work. I don't see why not. It's thick enough. And it does drip a little bit. Not yet. That's because the rope is not saturated yet. But once the rope gets good and saturated, I probably could have wet it. So let's try another piece. And put it around our inside of our lining here. We'll give that rope a chance to really set up. And I'll measure this rope on the bottom. And come into about here. So, just like that. I probably should have wet it first. But that's life. What are you going to do? I'm going to put it in water here. Get it good and wet. squeeze it. I probably should have did that on there, but I wanted to show it to you with it dry. And then before this one here, it'll sit into the into the holes, crevasses, into the holes better. And you get it good and deep. And with these, you know, you don't want them to hold all that water because you don't want them roots to rot. And then, okay, Tom, you're discombobulated here. Let me get the drainage screen. I got my own here. I'll make it for the hole here. Just cut it. And this one we can stick into the hole. Might be better. With this on top holding it. So I got it coming into the bottom here for better drainage. And this one is wet. And it's still dripping water. You can see it's still dripping water. Still dripping water, so that's good. So now you can see how I got the holes in there. You can probably put thicker rock if you got. But I got it like that so it'll drip out better. So let's get some more of our Peace River gravel in there. So we can get that deep into the pockets. Because that's where all the water will congregate. And then your roots are going to go there and it's going to keep the soil wet. And your roots are going to have a tendency to rot. There. Keep that over the screen. And we'll see what happens. Now the gravel is wet still. And you can still see the water congregate in there, but that's after you water. So it's still wet, it's still dripping. But what we can do is get Mr. Elephant here and get this one all watered in good. Just an experiment to see what you can do to keep it from sitting in water all the time. There you go, Mr. Elephant. Now we can take this out because it is not really draining. And what I'm going to do is it's really cut there. What I should have did was cut a little hole in that screen. So I should have did to that one, but let's cut a hole right there. Just enough so we can push the rope through. Push it through. There. Just like that. And now, see, we make mistakes. But now you can see it's going to start to drain. So it's a little something. You can see right now it's dripping. You can see, let's see, let's hold it like that. You can see it dripping from the string, dripping all the water out. See that? So my mistake was I didn't wet the rope first, which I should have did. And then I should have cut a hole in the screen. But this way here, over there, top there, it's still good. It's still holding the screen down. But you can see it's dripping out all that excess water. See that? So that's what I'm going to, with these pots, that's the best way to keep your roots from rotting in these crazy pots with the, see that's the depth right there of that pocket where all the water sits. So now you can see it's dripping. Slow but sure, it's dripping. So what's today? Today's Wednesday. Catch up on your videos. Put on some old songs from the 30s and 40s or whatever you like. I was listening to some of the Willie Nelson with Stardust, Blue Skies, and from the Platters, Smoke Gets in Your Eyes. A lot of good songs. Ella Fitzgerald sings Blue Skies real good too. So get yourself a cup of tea. It's a little cold today. I still got 3 more tanks to clean. A pot of tea to get the gravel out of the throat. Our little tree here is going to sit in the basement yet where it's still a little dark, and that's what we're going to do, but give it a shot. It's dripping the water out, so maybe this is going to be the best way to do your drainage, to get all that water out of them pockets. Just a thought, guys. Something to do. Maybe a quick fix, but the rope was cheap. I forget how much I paid for it, $5 on Amazon. But hey, give it a shot. You can use cloth shoelaces. That'll do the trick too. But I thought I used this thicker rope because I want to get all the stuff drained out. So, little quickie today. Take care, everybody. Enjoy a cup of tea. Put on some old music. And just relax at the end of the day. Take care, everybody.